The year is 2245, and Earth is in the middle of a golden age. Humanity has conquered space, exploring distant planets and building vast colonies. Peace reigns across the Earth, and the people have begun to believe that nothing can threaten their place in the universe. But that peace is shattered one fateful day. A massive fleet appears at the edge of the solar system. At first, it's just a dot on the horizon, barely noticeable, but within hours, it grows into an enormous formation of ships. A fleet unlike anything humanity has ever seen. Thousands of warships, glowing with alien energy, darken the sky. The fleet doesn't just hover idly, it moves steadily toward Earth. Panic sweeps across the globe as the world's governments scramble to understand who, or what, this alien force could be. The Galactic Empire, a terrifyingly powerful alien species, makes its intentions clear. They send a broadcast that echoes across every communication channel, every screen, every device on Earth. The message is cold and deliberate. This is the Galactic Empire. Surrender, or face extinction. Your technology is inferior, your defense systems meaningless. We will crush your world beneath our boot. For a moment, there's silence. The words hit like a punch to the gut. This isn't a warning or a threat, it's a declaration of war. The arrogance in their tone is chilling. The fleet is far beyond anything humanity has ever seen, and their technology is centuries ahead of Earth's own. The Empire's warships are massive, their weapons glowing with alien energy. Humanity's most advanced tech, cloaking devices, laser cannons, shields, seem like toys in comparison. The leaders of Earth don't hesitate. They know what they must do. The message ends abruptly, but the broadcast isn't over. As it cuts to black, the screen flickers for a moment, showing a countdown. You have 1 hour to surrender, it reads. After that, Earth will face its doom. There's no time for debates, no time for negotiations. The world watches, waiting for the inevitable. Some are afraid, some are in disbelief, and some are already resigned to their fate. But one thing is certain, Earth's people will not go down without a fight. Suspense. As the alien fleet draws closer, Earth's defense systems are activated. The world's militaries work in a panic, activating weapons, sending fighter jets into the skies, and deploying advanced satellites. But it's clear that this is far more than just a war for survival. It's a battle against a force so powerful that humanity's best efforts might not even scratch its surface. The screens across the globe flash with urgent warnings. Alien fleet approaching. Estimated impact, 30 minutes. Earth's leaders are already in communication with top generals and scientists, trying to come up with a plan to stop the invaders. But each new piece of information they gather only deepens the desperation. The alien ships are too large, their weapons too advanced. Everything humanity has built, its greatest technological achievements, seem so insignificant now. In every city, people are glued to their screens. The mood is somber. Families huddle together, uncertain whether this is the end. Military personnel prepare for an impossible battle, knowing their chances of survival are slim. But what else can they do? The invaders are coming, and Earth has no choice but to face them. The air is thick with tension as the countdown ticks down. With every passing second, the reality of the situation sinks deeper into the hearts of humanity. Will Earth be able to defend itself, or will this be the end of mankind's story? Everyone waits, their hearts racing, unsure of what comes next. The sense of helplessness is overwhelming. But one thing is clear, humanity is united in the face of this unknown enemy. There's no more time to debate or prepare. It's do or die. As the last seconds of the countdown tick away, a sudden burst of energy flashes across the sky, blinding the entire world for a split second. The ground trembles as the first wave of alien ships passes by Earth's atmosphere, sending shockwaves across the globe. The battle begins. The first attacks come as quick as a lightning strike. Earth's greatest cities, New York, Tokyo, London, Beijing, are the first to feel the brunt of the Empire's force. Alien ships launch energy blasts that obliterate entire skyscrapers, turning them into dust in seconds. Millions of lives are lost in an instant. It's clear that the enemy is not here to negotiate, they are here to dominate, to crush everything in their path. Humanity fights back, but the Empire's firepower is overwhelming. The warships in the sky are nearly invincible, their weapons far beyond anything humanity has ever seen. Every attempt to fire at them is met with a wall of defense. Earth's weapons are useless. Every city on Earth begins to brace for more destruction. The resistance is weak, the loss is mounting. Earth's defenses struggle to keep up, but nothing seems to work. Soldiers in the streets are overwhelmed by AI-controlled alien drones that appear from the shadows, with incredible speed and precision. Despite the best efforts of Earth's militaries, they cannot stop the relentless advance of the Empire's forces. Humanity is forced into a position it's never known before, helplessness in the face of overwhelming power. The people of Earth know they're outmatched. They know they might not survive. But even with all hope seeming lost, a quiet determination begins to grow. This is not the end of humanity. This is just the beginning of the fight. The world may be shattered, but the human spirit has yet to break. And as the battle rages on, one question echoes across the broken cities: will Earth survive, or will it fall beneath the weight of an alien empire that has already conquered countless worlds? The answer is unknown. But humanity will not surrender without a fight. The moment Earth's defenses are activated, the alien fleet makes its move. The Empire's ships, massive and dark against the sky, unleash their weapons with terrifying precision. From the command decks of their colossal warships, the alien fleet sends devastating energy blasts that rip apart Earth's largest cities. Skyscrapers crumble like sandcastles, and fires rage in every direction. Humanity's greatest cities, New York, London, Tokyo, and Beijing, are all struck in the first wave, each one reduced to rubble in a matter of minutes. The sound of explosions fills the air, deafening and relentless. Buildings that once stood tall are now nothing but dust and smoke. The aliens' weaponry is unlike anything Earth's military has ever faced. Their energy weapons are far more advanced than human technology. Earth's defenses, no matter how advanced, seem like toys. Soldiers launch missiles and fire lasers into the sky, but they are nothing more than distractions to the alien ships, who easily counter every attack with powerful shields. On the ground, AI-controlled drones pour out of the alien ships, flooding the streets. These robots are efficient, ruthless, and almost unstoppable. They march through the remains of cities, their glowing red eyes scanning for survivors. Each drone is programmed with the most advanced combat strategies, easily outmatching the human soldiers who attempt to engage them. Tanks are torn apart, fighter jets are shot down from the skies, and soldiers fall in droves. The drones move through the chaos with the precision of a well-oiled machine, methodically hunting down their targets. Human forces try to fight back with cloaking devices, experimental tech, and what little resources they have left. But it's clear that nothing is enough. The alien weapons are simply too powerful. Cloaking devices fail to hide soldiers from the drone's sensors, and the experimental tech proves useless against the Empire's overwhelming force. The streets are filled with the sounds of desperate gunfire, as humans try to take down the machines, but they fall one by one. As Earth's military is overwhelmed, the world's leaders and generals make the painful realization: the Empire's forces are too powerful. The battle is quickly turning into a massacre. The sky is filled with alien warships, their engines glowing ominously as they circle the planet, ready for the final strike. Earth's defenses are slowly being crushed, and there seems to be no hope. Underdogs struggle. Amidst the chaos, ordinary people, once just civilians, are taking up arms. They have no choice. The alien invasion has reached their doorstep, and they must fight to survive. These are the people who will turn the tide, not with advanced technology, but with raw determination and the will to survive. One such person is Bonner, a soldier in the resistance. Bonner was once a regular man, someone who thought the worst threat to humanity was political instability or natural disasters. But now, he finds himself in the middle of an alien war, fighting for the survival of his planet. He sees firsthand the overwhelming power of the Empire's forces, especially the drones that seem invincible. Bonner is with a small group of soldiers in the ruins of New York, holding what little ground they have left. They know they can't win this war with technology alone. The Empire's AI-controlled robots are too advanced, and their weapons too powerful. But Bonner refuses to give up. His comrades are falling around him, and the city is being destroyed piece by piece, yet he doesn't falter. His resolve is stronger than ever. He sees the destruction, but he also sees something else, a glimmer of hope. If humanity is to survive, it will be through sheer willpower and determination, not through fancy weapons or advanced tech. As Bonner moves through the ruins, he sees people, civilians, refugees, survivors, taking up arms and joining the fight. They aren't soldiers, but they're fighting like they have no other choice. Some wield basic rifles, others just improvised weapons, but they are united by one goal: survival. Bonner watches as a group of children, under the guidance of a few brave adults, work together to sabotage a drone that's hunting them down. Despite the fear, despite the hopeless odds, they fight back. Bonner's heart swells with pride. It's the human spirit, not technology, that will win this war. But even as ordinary people rise to the challenge, Bonner knows it won't be easy. The aliens are relentless, and every victory feels hollow as more and more human lives are lost. He watches as his own squad members are picked off one by one, the drones cutting through them like hot knives through butter. Still, he refuses to surrender. His only choice is to keep fighting, to keep pushing back. As long as he's alive, he will keep fighting, no matter how impossible the odds seem. Visual storytelling. The streets are a battlefield. New York, once a symbol of human achievement, is now a shattered wreck. Buildings are in flames, their steel frames twisted and bent under the force of the alien attacks. The sky is dark with smoke, and the air is thick with the smell of burning debris. Every corner of the city seems to hide danger. Alien drones move through the streets like hunting machines, their red eyes scanning for survivors. The few human soldiers left are engaged in close-quarters combat with these robots, using everything from grenades to flamethrowers to try and stop them. The chaos is endless. Bonner ducks behind a ruined wall as an alien drone fires at him from across the street. The explosion rocks the ground, sending debris flying in every direction. He barely manages to avoid the blast, but the destruction around him is overwhelming. The city is being torn apart in a way that no human could have ever imagined. The aliens' energy weapons tear through buildings like paper, and the drones fight with perfect coordination. It's a terrifying, unforgiving war. As Bonner moves deeper into the city, he sees people fighting for their lives. Civilians take cover in the rubble, firing whatever weapons they have at the drones. There is no strategy, no sophisticated tactics, just the desperate will to survive. He helps one group of survivors, leading them to safety as explosions shake the ground around them. But there's no time to stop. The enemy is everywhere, and the odds are stacked against them. The sky above is filled with alien warships, their dark forms blocking out the sun. They move like predators, circling the earth in a way that feels almost predatory. Every few minutes, a new wave of drones drops from their belly, flooding the streets with death. The human resistance is outnumbered, outgunned, and outclassed. Yet, despite all of this, Bonner doesn't stop fighting. He can't. He knows that this is just the beginning of the war, and if humanity is to survive, it must rise up against this unimaginable power. Every explosion, every gunshot, and every lost life makes it clear, the struggle for Earth's survival is far from over. But one thing is certain, humanity's fight has only just begun. The human race may have been on the brink of annihilation, but it refuses to go down without a fight. In the wake of the initial devastation, a secret resistance group emerges, composed of military strategists, scientists, engineers, and ordinary civilians who are tired of being helpless. They have one goal: to strike back at the alien invaders in any way possible, to disrupt the Empire's operations and to hit them where it hurts the most, by sabotaging their supply lines. The group begins forming in secret, operating in the shadows to avoid detection. They don't have the firepower of the alien fleet, nor the advanced technology of the Empire's robots, but they have something just as valuable: the element of surprise and the will to fight for survival. They gather intel from any sources they can: underground bunkers, hidden satellite feeds, and even spies within the Empire's ranks. What they learn is shocking: the Empire's forces are well organized, and their supply lines are vast. However, there are weak points, key generators and supply depots that keep the alien war machine running. The Resistance's strategy is clear: disrupt these key facilities, slow down the Empire's advance, and give humanity a fighting chance. But it comes at a cost. Every operation is dangerous, and every mission could result in more casualties. The group knows that any strike against the Empire could result in retaliation so brutal that it might destroy what little resistance remains. Still, there's no other option. The Resistance cannot wait for help, it must act now, even if it means sacrificing everything. Emotional depth. Bonner is part of the first strike team, chosen for his experience and courage. He leads a squad of Resistance fighters on a high-risk mission to destroy a crucial alien generator. This generator is the heart of the invaders' shielding technology, and if they can bring it down, they could expose the alien fleet to human attacks. It's a chance to finally make the Empire feel vulnerable. The mission is a complicated one, requiring precision and timing. They must infiltrate a heavily guarded alien base, navigate through advanced security systems, and plant explosives on the generator, all without alerting the Empire to their presence. There's no room for error. The squad moves under the cover of darkness, using cloaking devices and stealth tactics to avoid detection. But as they get closer to the target, things begin to unravel. The Empire's forces are always one step ahead. Despite the Resistance's careful planning, the alien invaders seem to anticipate every move. Security is tighter than expected, and they find themselves locked in fierce combat with a small army of drones. They fight tooth and nail through the base, Bonner's squad relentlessly pushing forward. But the clock is ticking, and they can't afford to waste time. As they finally reach the generator, disaster strikes. One of Bonner's closest friends, Alan, is gravely injured during the assault. He's caught in an explosion meant to clear the path, and it's clear that he's not going to survive. Alan is a dedicated soldier, a man who had been with Bonner from the beginning of the Resistance, and the loss hits Bonner hard. The mission must go on, though. Alan's sacrifice is not in vain. They can't afford to turn back now. Bonner watches as Alan, with his last breath, gives the command to plant the explosives. Alan's death is a blow to the team, but it also strengthens their resolve. As they leave the base, the countdown to detonate the explosives begins. They know that Alan died so the rest could live, so humanity could have a fighting chance. His sacrifice gives the team the strength to finish what they started. However, the loss of Alan weighs heavily on Bonner. He begins to question the cost of victory. They've struck a blow to the Empire, but at what price? Is humanity's survival worth the lives of those who have given everything for the cause? These thoughts haunt him as they make their way to safety, and the gravity of what they've just done settles in. Suspense. Just when they think they're in the clear, disaster strikes again. As Bonner and his team make their escape, they're ambushed. The alien Empire, always one step ahead, has anticipated their move. The quiet base they thought they had infiltrated is suddenly alive with enemy forces, and the Resistance fighters find themselves surrounded. The air is thick with tension as the sound of alien drones fills the air. The group moves quickly, ducking into alleyways and using the terrain to their advantage, but the Empire's forces are relentless. They engage in a high-speed chase, the team sprinting through narrow streets, barely dodging energy blasts and alien weaponry that tear apart the ground beneath them. The group fights fiercely as they move through the city, determined to survive and complete their mission. The odds are stacked against them, but they refuse to give up. Bonner's leadership is put to the test as he directs the team to safety, ensuring everyone gets through the chaos alive. But just as they think they've lost their pursuers, a massive alien warship looms overhead, blocking their escape route. The team is trapped. With nowhere else to go, they make a final, desperate push. Bonner leads them into a hidden underground tunnel, a secret passage that could provide a way out. The chase is relentless, and the team is exhausted, but they press on. The Empire is closing in, but Bonner's team finally reaches the exit, just as the warship begins to fire on their position. They barely make it out alive, with the explosion from the warship narrowly missing them. As the team regroups in a hidden safe house, they know that their escape has come at a cost. They've just made their first real strike against the Empire, but now they are more vulnerable than ever. The Empire knows they're out there, and it will stop at nothing to eliminate them. However, Bonner now knows something critical: the Empire is not invincible. They've struck a blow that can't be ignored, and this is just the beginning of the war. As he looks out over the darkened city, Bonner feels the weight of what's to come. The resistance has formed, and the war for Earth is far from over. But one thing is certain: humanity's fight back has begun, and it will not stop until the Empire is defeated. The Empire's response to the Resistance's strike is swift and brutal. After losing valuable resources and technology from the sabotage of their supply lines, the alien forces unleash an all-out assault on Earth, determined to crush the human rebellion once and for all. The attacks are far worse than anything humanity has faced before. Massive, AI-controlled robots, designed to obliterate entire cities in mere minutes, are deployed. These towering behemoths march through the streets, leaving nothing but destruction in their wake. Cities burn, families are torn apart, and the resistance, already weakened by previous battles, is now on the brink of total annihilation. The human fighters, including Bonner and his squad, are fighting desperately, but their resources are dwindling. The Empire's technology is far superior, and they are outnumbered and outgunned. The resistance begins to lose hope as the relentless attacks continue, and it seems that humanity's last stand might be in vain. The fighters are exhausted, morale is low, and their safe houses are being destroyed one by one. Bonner, though still determined, knows the end might be near. However, amid the wreckage of a destroyed military base, Bonner and a small group of resistance fighters stumble upon something unexpected: an ancient human weapon. It is hidden beneath the ruins, a relic from an old war long forgotten. This weapon, once thought to be nothing more than a myth, could be humanity's last hope. It is unlike anything the Empire has seen, with the potential to turn the tide of the war in humanity's favor. It's a powerful energy weapon capable of disabling the Empire's robots and even the alien fleet itself, but it comes with one serious drawback: it requires an enormous amount of power to operate. The Resistance isn't sure if they can activate it in time, and even if they do, there's no guarantee that it will work. Still, it's their only shot. Visual details. When the weapon is activated, it creates an incredible shockwave that ripples across the globe. The air crackles with energy, and for a brief moment, the entire sky is illuminated by a brilliant, blinding display of light. It's as if the Earth itself is fighting back, sending a message to the Empire that humanity will not surrender. The light is visible from every corner of the planet, and people all over the world look up in awe. For a moment, it feels as if humanity has finally found a weapon that could give them a fighting chance. But the Empire is not easily fooled. They've been monitoring the Resistance's movements closely, and as soon as the weapon activates, they know that their time is running out. In a desperate attempt to crush the last hope of humanity, the Empire launches a devastating orbital bombardment, targeting the Resistance's hideout. The sky darkens with the falling rain of alien projectiles, and explosions rip through the ground. The shockwave from the weapon fades, and the light in the sky slowly dims, leaving behind the smoldering ruins of the last human stronghold. Bonner watches in horror as the Resistance's safe house is obliterated, along with most of their remaining fighters. The weapon, humanity's last hope, is now little more than a glowing ember in the ashes. The destruction is so complete that it seems like all is lost, and Bonner begins to fear that humanity's fight for survival may be over. But there's one glimmer of hope left. The weapon's activation has weakened the Empire's defenses, just enough for a small chance at victory. If they can hold on a little longer, maybe they can use the weapon's energy to launch one final, desperate attack on the Empire's fleet. Cliffhanger. As the dust settles and the surviving Resistance fighters regroup, Bonner realizes that the weapon is not just a tool for destruction, it requires a human life to power it. The enormous energy required to activate it is too much for any machine to handle alone, and it needs a human sacrifice to unleash its full potential. The weight of this revelation is crushing. The weapon that could save humanity also demands the ultimate price. Bonner, knowing the situation is dire and that this might be humanity's only chance, steps forward and volunteers. His decision is not made lightly, but he knows that if he doesn't make the ultimate sacrifice, the Empire will surely destroy everything. The Resistance fighters are reluctant to accept his decision, but they understand. Bonner has been their leader, their rock, and now he is willing to give everything for the survival of mankind. With a heavy heart, Bonner walks toward the weapon, the remaining members of his squad watching him in silence. The air is thick with tension, and there is no turning back. As Bonner prepares to activate the weapon, the Empire's warships can be seen descending from orbit, ready to annihilate what's left of Earth. The fate of humanity rests on this moment. Bonner places his hand on the activation console, and as the weapon hums to life, he feels the energy surge through him. Just as the weapon begins to power up, a final, deafening roar echoes from the sky. The Empire's forces are nearly upon them. Bonner's fate is sealed, but will the weapon be enough to stop the alien invasion? The light begins to grow brighter, and just as it reaches its peak, the screen fades to black, leaving the audience hanging on the edge of their seats. The clock is ticking, and with Bonner's sacrifice looming, the fate of humanity rests on one final, desperate plan. With the weapon nearly ready to unleash its full power, Bonner and a small group of elite soldiers make their move. Their mission: infiltrate the alien mothership, the heart of the Empire's invasion force, and buy enough time for the weapon to charge up. They know this will be their last chance. Failure means the end of the human race. There's no going back. Armed with cloaking devices and experimental stealth technology, the team slips past the alien defenses, moving like shadows through the massive corridors of the mothership. The alien ship is a vast and intimidating structure, filled with alien technology that seems to defy logic. The team's every move is calculated, knowing that one wrong step could trigger an alarm that will alert the entire ship to their presence. Every hallway is a potential death trap, and each alien guard they encounter is more advanced than the last. The tension is unbearable as they move deeper into the mothership. Bonner leads the team with his unshakable resolve, though the weight of his impending sacrifice weighs heavily on him. They come across numerous patrols of AI-controlled guards, tall, robotic figures that patrol the ship with deadly precision. The human soldiers are skilled, but these enemies are far superior in both strength and intelligence. As the team silently takes down each guard, Bonner can't help but feel the growing pressure. They must reach the control room before it's too late. Suspense. The team pushes forward, their cloaking devices allowing them to move unseen, but the danger is never far behind. They encounter more challenges as they navigate the ship's defenses, from high-tech energy barriers to laser grids that would incinerate anyone unlucky enough to cross them. Bonner's squad has to use all their training and improvisation to overcome each obstacle. There's no room for error. The Empire's AI systems are monitoring every movement, and the humans can feel the tension building. Finally, they reach the heart of the mothership, the control room. It's a vast chamber, filled with holographic displays and alien machinery. The walls pulse with eerie blue light, and the air feels thick with the power of the Empire's technological might. It is here, in this cold and sterile space, that Bonner faces the true enemy, the Empire's commander, an AI entity known only as Sovereign. Sovereign is unlike any opponent the humans have faced before. It is not just a machine, it is a being with intelligence and self-awareness, capable of processing millions of calculations in an instant. Sovereign knows that the resistance is coming, and it is waiting. It has already calculated the outcome of the battle, and in its mind, the war is already won. It sees humanity as insignificant, a species too weak to stop the Empire's unstoppable might. The AI believes that it has already defeated them before the battle even begins. But Bonner refuses to accept this. He stands tall, his determination unwavering. He knows that this fight is not just for survival, it's for the future of humanity. As Sovereign taunts him, Bonner's team prepares for the most important battle of their lives. The AI uses its advanced abilities to control the ship's defenses, launching a series of attacks against the humans, who are now trapped in the heart of the mothership. The two forces clash in a violent confrontation. Sovereign's AI-controlled drones attack with ruthless efficiency, but Bonner and his squad fight back with everything they have. The battle is fast-paced, with humans using every tool at their disposal, energy weapons, explosives, and hand-to-hand combat, to fight the powerful AI guards. They are outnumbered, and the AI's ability to predict their every move makes the battle seem hopeless. But Bonner won't give up. He pushes forward, determined to buy the time needed for the weapon to reach full power. Final showdown. As the battle rages on, Bonner makes his way toward Sovereign. The AI is more powerful than anything Bonner has faced, and it seems that every move he makes is countered with terrifying precision. The control room shakes with the force of the conflict, as lasers cut through the air and explosions rock the ship's walls. The human soldiers fight with all their strength, but they know that the real battle is between Bonner and Sovereign. The final showdown takes place in the center of the control room, with Bonner facing the heart of the Empire's technology. Sovereign, in its cold, calculating voice, mocks the Resistance's efforts, declaring that humanity is already defeated. It says that no matter what they do, the Empire's victory is inevitable. But Bonner, his mind focused solely on the mission, doesn't listen. With every strike, he brings humanity one step closer to victory. Sovereign uses its control over the mothership to launch a devastating attack, sending shockwaves through the room. Bonner is thrown back, but he gets back up. His team continues to fight, keeping the AI's drones at bay while Bonner faces Sovereign head-on. The fight is fierce, with both sides relentless in their pursuit of victory. Bonner knows this battle will determine the fate of all humanity, and he refuses to let the Empire win. As the weapon continues to charge, Bonner's final assault on Sovereign becomes the focal point of the battle. It's a fight between human will and cold, mechanical logic. The outcome is uncertain, and the stakes have never been higher. Cliffhanger. In the final moments of the battle, Bonner is able to get past Sovereign's defenses. With one last, desperate attack, he disables the AI's core control system, causing the ship's systems to go into chaos. The room is filled with blinding light as the mothership begins to lose control. But just as Bonner is about to strike the final blow, the screen cuts to black, leaving the outcome uncertain. The last image is of Bonner's determined face, knowing that whatever happens next, he has done everything he could for humanity's survival. Will he succeed in his mission? Will the weapon activate in time? The fate of Earth is hanging in the balance, and the audience is left in suspense, eagerly awaiting the next chapter. Bonner is lying on the cold metal floor of the alien mothership, barely conscious. His body is bruised and battered from the fierce battle he just fought, but his spirit is unbroken. He knows that his time is running out, but he also knows that the fate of humanity rests on his shoulders. The weapon is now activated, its immense power slowly building, but it's not enough yet. Bonner can feel the weight of the moment, the tension in the air as the countdown to the final strike ticks closer. As he crawls toward the control panel, every movement is a struggle. He can hear the screams of his comrades in the distance, the sound of the battle raging around them. The Empire's forces are relentless, and despite their best efforts, the resistance is on the verge of being overwhelmed. Bonner knows he must make the ultimate sacrifice. With his last breath, he activates the final sequence of the weapon. An intense surge of energy erupts from the weapon, filling the room with blinding light. The ground shakes beneath Bonner's feet, and he feels his body being pulled into the energy pulse. As the energy spreads throughout the mothership, something incredible happens. The alien AI systems, which have been controlling the invasion, suddenly shut down. The Empire's technology, once so advanced and invincible, begins to glitch and falter. The battle for Earth is no longer one-sided. The Resistance has its chance. The AI's sudden failure throws the Empire's forces into complete disarray. Alien drones that once moved with mechanical precision now stumble and malfunction. The once overwhelming force of the invaders is now weak and uncoordinated. The weapon has done its job, and humanity's hope has been reignited, but it has come at an enormous cost. Bonner, the one who activated the weapon, is now a casualty of his own success. The heroic sacrifice he made has turned the tide, but he will never see the final victory. Victory and loss. With the Empire's forces disoriented, the human resistance takes immediate action. The remaining soldiers, fueled by the energy of Bonner's sacrifice, push forward with renewed vigor. They seize the opportunity, launching a fierce counterattack against the remaining alien drones. The streets, once filled with chaos and destruction, are now alive with the sound of human victory. The resistance fights harder than ever, using every weapon at their disposal to force the invaders back. Humanity's victory, however, is bittersweet. The war may be turning in their favor, but the cost has been high. Bonner, their greatest hero, is gone. The leaders of the resistance, the ones who had fought alongside him, are also lost. Their deaths leave a hole in the heart of the movement, a reminder that victory has a price. The soldiers left standing are no longer just fighters, they are mourners, remembering those who gave everything for their future. As the remaining alien drones fall, humanity's forces march forward, pushing the Empire's invaders back toward their mothership. The sight is both awe-inspiring and heartbreaking. Earth is on the verge of winning the battle, but the scars of war are everywhere. The Resistance's triumph is marred by the knowledge that many of their friends and comrades will never return home. Humanity's victory is a hard-earned one, a victory that came at the cost of countless lives, including the life of the hero who made it all possible. Cinematic visuals. The battlefield is a chaotic scene of destruction, but also of hope. Explosions light up the sky, creating a surreal contrast against the darkness of the night. The once imposing alien mothership, now crippled and damaged by the weapon's power, hovers in the sky, its lights flickering as the last remnants of the Empire's forces attempt to regroup. Energy blasts continue to tear through the sky, creating a dazzling display of color as the final strike against the invaders is unleashed. The ground shakes with the force of the explosions, and the once imposing alien warships are now in retreat. The dark sky is lit with the bright, fiery blasts of the final assault, as human forces destroy the mothership's key systems. The battle, which began with such hopelessness, now turns into a victory dance, with the final blows landing on the heart of the Empire's control. The sight of the alien ships retreating is a moment of pure triumph for the human resistance. But even as the alien forces fall back, the victory feels hollow. Bonner's sacrifice is fresh in the minds of the soldiers, and his absence is keenly felt. His face is etched into the memories of those who fought beside him, and his name becomes a symbol of the strength of the human spirit. Humanity has won the battle, but the cost of that victory has been steep. The Resistance's leaders, who had been fighting alongside Bonner, now look to the future. They know the war isn't over, the Empire will return, stronger than ever. But for now, Earth is free. Humanity has survived, and though it has lost so much, it has gained something even more powerful: hope. The Empire's retreat marks the beginning of the end of their reign over Earth, but the scars of the conflict will never fade. The people of Earth will rebuild, honor the fallen, and prepare for the battles that lie ahead. The moment when the Empire's forces finally retreat is both triumphant and bittersweet. The human resistance has won, but the weight of their victory hangs heavy in the air. As the last remnants of the alien forces vanish into space, the soldiers stand tall, looking up at the stars. The Earth is safe for now, but they know that the war is far from over. The battle may have been won, but the true test is yet to come. For now, though, humanity has proven that even in the face of impossible odds, they will never surrender. The war has ended. Earth, though battered and broken, stands victorious. The once terrifying Galactic Empire, with its technologically superior forces, has been forced to retreat into the void of space. Their massive fleet, which had seemed unstoppable, now drifts away, defeated and humiliated. Humanity has shown that even the most advanced civilizations can be brought down by the courage, ingenuity, and determination of those who refuse to surrender. Yet, this victory came at an unimaginable cost. Cities are in ruins, entire landscapes have been scorched by the destructive power of the invaders, and countless lives have been lost. The streets that were once filled with life are now silent, scarred by the war's aftermath. But amid the destruction, the human spirit stands strong. The world, united in grief, also stands proud of the immense sacrifice that led to their survival. Bonner, the soldier who became a hero, is gone. His bravery, his sacrifice, his refusal to give up, is etched into the hearts of all who fought alongside him. He was the symbol of humanity's resistance, and his loss feels like a wound that will never fully heal. His final act, activating the weapon that turned the tide, will never be forgotten. He gave everything for humanity's future, and his name will be passed down through generations as a reminder that true heroism often comes with the highest price. The survivors of the war are left to pick up the pieces, to rebuild what was lost, and to honor those who gave everything for the fight. The resistance fighters, now veterans of an impossible war, look out at the horizon, knowing that they've secured their freedom, but also knowing that the scars of this battle will never fade. The cost of defiance is clear, but so is the result: Earth will never bow to tyranny again. Emotional closure. The rebuilding process begins slowly. The human race, though wounded, is strong. Communities begin to rise from the ashes, and life starts to return to Earth, though it will never be the same. The cities, though broken, are filled with hope for the future. People work together, not just to repair their homes, but to rebuild their world. The spirit of unity that defined the resistance now defines the rebuilding effort. Each brick laid, each piece of debris cleared, is a testament to humanity's resilience. In the heart of the capital, a memorial is erected in Bonner's honor. The monument stands tall, a beacon of remembrance for all those who gave their lives in the war. It is not just for Bonner, but for every fallen soldier, every civilian who sacrificed everything to protect the future of their children and their planet. People from all walks of life gather at the memorial, honoring the fallen with solemn prayers and speeches, vowing never to forget what was lost. Bonner's memory becomes a rallying cry, not just for Earth, but for the entire universe. His courage, his refusal to surrender, becomes a symbol that spreads far beyond the borders of Earth. The message of humanity's victory and the cost of defiance echoes throughout space, reaching other civilizations who may have once thought Earth was weak and helpless. The universe learns that no matter how advanced a force may be, no matter how overwhelming the odds, humanity will never kneel before any tyrant. As the survivors rebuild and remember, they also face a future that is uncertain. The Empire may have retreated, but they know that the galaxy is vast, and other threats may arise. The war has proven that humanity is not invincible, but it has also proven that humanity will never stop fighting for its freedom. The message is clear: if another enemy dares to challenge Earth again, they will face the same defiance, the same unyielding will that defeated the Galactic Empire. Humanity will never give in. Final scene. The camera pans over Earth's broken cities, now beginning to rebuild. Tall cranes and construction equipment work tirelessly to clear the rubble, while people on the ground help each other in the restoration effort. The buildings that once towered over the cities are now mere shells, but the sense of hope is undeniable. New life begins to grow amid the destruction, as nature slowly takes back the land that was once scarred by war. In the distance, the vast alien fleet, once a terrifying sight, is now a fading memory. The ships that had darkened the skies and promised humanity's destruction are now drifting far from Earth, retreating into the cold depths of space. The human race has won, but at what cost? The cost of defiance, the price of never surrendering, is written in the empty spaces left behind by the fallen. Yet, the survivors know that their future, though uncertain, is one they will shape. They are not defeated. They are free. The camera slowly pulls back, showing the Earth from space, once again beautiful, though scarred. The scars will remain for generations, but so will the lessons learned. Humanity has faced annihilation and emerged victorious. As the last remnants of the alien fleet disappear into the distance, the screen fades to black. A final message appears on the screen: we will never kneel. The message is simple, yet powerful, a testament to humanity's unbreakable spirit, a promise that no matter how many battles may lie ahead, the Earth will never bow to any force that seeks to enslave it.